Hello friends and welcome back to Dots of Destiny. Om Namah Shivaya. Friends, today I have started with the new year, the year 2025, how it is panning out for all the ascendants. So today I've taken the fire signs to start with. This new year will see a lot of changes, and the changes will be sometimes a little unsettling, and but we have to go with the thing. I will write down the on the screen. I will give the transits, whatever it is happening in its due course. The thing is that mainly this year 2025 is governed by three phases. What I have taken, the way I have chosen to speak about it. First is the 3 months of January, February, and March. This is where Saturn is still in Aquarius and Jupiter is also in Taurus, and it goes from being direct to retrograde. So, and Mars is like hovering around Cancer and Gemini. So this is the time of the year. January, February, March is a built up time where every individual in a small scale or a big scale will face some kind of situations where they are building up for some kind of a change that is inevitable this year. One thing about this year is that change is inevitable. We cannot do away with that. It will happen. So first thing is that. Now, as Saturn changes its sign into Pisces, the change will be felt in the month of April and also in the month of May and June. These 3 months, the thing is that not only Saturn changes that energy of April, in meantime Venus also goes retrograde. But May month again sees a lot of changes with Jupiter, Rahu, Ketu all changing signs. Now, this is quite tumultuous. April, May, June. Why? Because as you know, you are more or less quite aware that Pisces is housing lot of planets this year during the month of April, and at that point of time 2 planets again goes retrograde. Venus and Mercury goes retrograde during that time when it is in Pisces. Though whether direct, whether retrograde, Mercury is getting a Nij Bhanga from Venus being there. Now again a shift is happening because Saturn in Pisces with Rahu, Venus, Mercury, Sun all in April month will be there. Now, when Saturn stabilizes in this April month, Rahu is in the zone of changing sign from Pisces to its own sign of Aquarius. So here Aquarius sees in the month of March ingress of Rahu, and Leo will house Ketu. So March May month will be very much full of that implementation of those changes that are coming up. Any change, first it is in the brain that the change will happen, in the consciousness. Then we come to execute the change. So that execution or thinking part will happen in the first 3 months. Then from April, May, June, the changes will start happening. And we have to go with the changes in these 3 months. And then from July onwards, we will see a little bit settlement of the changes that has already happened. So that's why January, February, March is different. April, May, June is different. June, why I'm saying is that Mars will come into Leo and will have a conjunction with Ketu in the month of June. June it will come closer. Then it will have an exact conjunction with Ketu in the month of July. And then it will change sign. So July, August, September, these months will be different. July, August, September. Again, October also, kind of. November will see Jupiter getting into Cancer, and December will see Jupiter is retrograding back. So again, November, December will have a little bit of different kind of flavor that is understood, especially due to the transit of Jupiter here and there. Now, when all these things are happening in the month of June, Saturn goes retrograde, and the retrogression is such that it reaches again towards the 0 degree of Pisces. So precisely, I have jot down the dates because there are so many dates to be talked about. When it will be 30th October, 30th October. See again this November, December, why it is different. November, December will see in the watery trikon, Mars will be coming into its own sign Scorpio. Jupiter will be in Cancer and Saturn will be in Pisces. As this is happening this year, my last video, the trines, watery trines getting activated by Mercury, Rahu and Mars, same will happen again next year in the month of November, the watery trines getting activated. So again, the big planets now, these are really effective because Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, these are very, very effective in the watery signs will come. And again will start the process nearly from 0 degrees. So what is happening in this year totally is that as far as Saturn is concerned, it is not moving an inch. If you see in the reality that it is starting from 0 degree Pisces, again coming back to 0 degree. When it will go direct in the month of December, it will be again in 0 degree Pisces. So that means whatever activity, whatever things, whatever decisions that has been taken in the year of 2025 regarding Saturn will see some kind of a reassessment again, starting right from the beginning of the degrees of Pisces. Jupiter's sudden movement, it is a very high movement because in 1 year, a planet like Jupiter is transiting 3 signs. From January to May, it will be in Taurus. Then it goes to Gemini. Till October, it will be in Gemini. November, it enters into Cancer. It does not go retrograde unless and until it is December, by the end of the year. So you can see there is a very fast and swift movement of Jupiter from February as it goes direct in Taurus to 0 degrees of or 1 degrees of Cancer. It will go again retrograde in the month of December, the last month of the year 2025. So Jupiter's impact will be very fast, and in this the fast atichari transit of Jupiter, because Jupiter is the rectification planet, I feel whenever Jupiter enters into a sign, the purpose of Jupiter is to give the knowledge to that area of our life and how to change the things in that area and to what betterment. That is because it is the guru, it is the natural knowledge giver. And that is how we rectify the process in that 13 months. Usually Jupiter stays for 12 to 13 months in a sign. But here when the knowledge is given to us, it is so fast and so quick that some knowledge we may get, but some we can just overlook. And that is why I feel Saturn is again coming back into 0 degrees of Pisces. Having started from Pisces by 30th of March, it will start from 0 degrees. Again in December, when it after completion of its retrogression, it goes direct, it will again be at 0 degrees. So it is like we have to repeat the process, whatever we started from March. Though, because Saturn is a planet who believes in making a solid base, as Jupiter believes in rectifying the process through a knowledge, Saturn believes in making a base for everything. And whenever Saturn enters a sign, you will see that it totally rejects whatever you have done till date, more or less, to that area of your life. Now, if it goes into your 10th house, it doesn't mean it rejects everything. It rejects maybe the process of what and how you had been doing the things till now. And so you have to get into a better process of doing the thing, reinventing different ways, processing yourself to make new changes so that it is better in every possible way, and you get long-term gains from that. That is the word of Saturn, that it is the greatness of Saturn does not come easily. So that's why it requires a lot of slogging, a lot of thinking, a lot of re-looking back. That's why it goes retrograde for a very long time, and it is very having a slow movement. Now, like it has gone direct, it is kind of stationary. It is making us think about different things before it is moving slowly its movement forward and completing its final movement in the sign of Aquarius, its Mool Trikon. So that's why there are a lot of changes, and I will make videos separately. I will make these videos of Jupiter in Taurus, Jupiter in Gemini, Jupiter in Cancer, obviously, Saturn in Pisces, and last but not the least is Rahu Ketu is a big change this year. Rahu moving into its own sign of Aquarius, where I feel it will really work well. All the significance of Aquarius are satisfied by Rahu. First and foremost, it's an Aries sign. Rahu is a Aries planet. Aquarius is group activities. It is thinking out of the box. It is the intellectuals. And Rahu is also that kind of a planet. It fits the bill. And I feel personally Saturn fits more into the area of Capricorn, where you slog, hard work, like a crocodile, you have to keep on doing the things and you have to wait for the chance to happen so that you grasp it. And here emotions doesn't work in the 10th house matters in Capricorn. But Aquarius is a lighter version of Saturn, if I can say, if I can use those words. Rahu works brilliant over here. Rahu in Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Rahu is at its intellectual best. Libra, still it gives problems in relationship area. Business wise, it is better in Libra, overseas or anything. But Aquarius is the true intellectual thing. Gemini is more of the communication factors that comes in, and Rahu is a great communicator. But Aquarius is the thinking box. It has the full, it has all nakshatras. Gemini has Ardra. This has Swati, Libra. And this has Shatabisha. Shatabisha is that Rahu will be very effective in the, now it is in Uttar Bhadrapada, it will go to Purva Bhadrapada. Once it comes into Shatabisha, it will be in the full form of Rahu, giving the full result of the Aquarius group activities, unknown groups, Rahuish, which are not known to you, very foreign type of groups, that all those things will happen. That will come into fruition, and then there will be a lot of changes in your intellectual abilities. That is the Rahu in Aquarius. It is a good transit, and Jupiter will also aspect this Aquarius for a certain amount of time when it is in Gemini. But Ketu in Leo is, actually if you go by the sign, Ketu has Magha Nakshatra, the first 13 degrees of Leo. Yes, if Leo is a very gorgeous and very royal sign, and it is a shining, you have to shine when whatever comes into Leo, it has to shine, whether Mercury, Venus, Saturn, whatever planet, if it is housing Leo, it has to shine over there. That is the characteristics of Leo. That's why sun, its own mool trikon, its own sign is brilliant out there, because it's a shining, most shining planet of the universe. Now the thing is that Ketu here, the Magha Nakshatra in Leo denotes that you have the kingship, but king is the person who should be most benevolent also. And for the goodness of the king, as we know, the king's the nature should be so magnificent. It should be like Ketu, that working not for any self desire. So Leo and Ketu, the problem is that Ketu is a very hot planet and Leo is a very hot sign. Here things will get very heated up, but actually it gives you a lot of definition in the sign of Leo, and I will describe it in my when the video I will do in Rahu Ketu transit. See, because I don't want to do early videos. Suddenly if I make a video of now like Rahu going into Aquarius and Ketu in Leo, which is already there, I have seen people making it, it is quite far away. Let us deal with November, December, January, February, March. A lot of things are there to be heard and seen about. Why to jump into May when things are quite far away? So, but I'll make this video, Ketu, how it fits in Leo. It's because it is for the higher good. King, the problem with us is now we see such governments and kings that who work for own desire. The work of the king is for the outlook of the society, not about himself. So that's why Ketu, where it comes, it totally frees you from that area. That is why, Ketu is not good in Libra, because Libra requires patience, relationship. It is the seventh house, and that's why Ketu being in Virgo, now we see lot of changes in the sixth house area. People are dealing with court cases. That always happens, but you'll see the work environment is getting changed a lot nowadays, and that is a very current of late in 2025. I'm seeing there's a lot of changes in the job front for a lot of people. That is what the response I'm getting now. Ketu in Leo is a different energy. Leo is the king, and if you are a king in whatever area your Leo is, you feel king-like over there. You have to not get rid of the kingship, but you have to get rid of your own motives over there. That is what Ketu is in Leo will teach us when Ketu crosses over all the nakshatras of Leo, which I'll talk definitely. So this is a very year which I cannot say whether it will pan out good or bad, because it will vary from sign to sign, person to person. Dasha is the king, as we know, but a lot of things will come into perspective and we have to deal with it, and hopefully astrology gives us that guidance to go through these times, which are not very easy to deal with, but I hope we'll all be able to cope through it. And yes, obviously in this whole 12 months everything cannot be challenging. There will be settling months also, there will be good signs also that will be happening, that every month we'll talk about. But as of now, what I've thought is a gist of all the ascendants in separate video I will be putting out in what will be happening in the year 2025 for each ascendants. So let's talk about all the ascendants. For the Aries ascendant, let us start talking about the planetary movements in your different houses in the year 2025. Now, beginning, as you know, Saturn will be going into your 12th house, and Rahu will be interchanging with Saturn, coming into your 11th house. Ketu will be in your 5th house. Jupiter will come into your 3rd house and then into your 4th house also in November, December. Again, it will go back into your 3rd house. Now, your Lagna Lord Mars is beginning its transit in the month of January in the sign of debilitation, in the sign of debilitation and also retrograde. So it can well happen that in the month of January, because Saturn is direct in the month of January, and also Jupiter is retrograde, your Lagna Lord is also retrograde, and coming from the 4th to the 3rd house, you will think about pursuing certain things again. And that can be, I mean, see, if you had, because Aries people are they make fast decisions, and when Mars transited into your first house, second house, then third house, maybe you had thought of certain things, Saturn being in the 11th, Jupiter being in the second, monetary or any other project which needs a kickstart or something. Now when it came into debilitation, even your health could have had the process that we are going now, the last 2 months of the year, Mars is not in a good state, and it is afflicted by Rahu also. Now this Mars, when it goes back into Gemini in the month of January, it is retrograde and it enters Gemini. You will take again contemplate and take new initiatives. That will happen in the year 2025. Now please, I request to see the beginning of the video also, which I've attached with individual signs, because I have given a glimpse of how I'm seeing this year for all the individuals. First, it is January, February, March here, because your Lagna Lord as an Aries ascendant, Mars will enter Gemini and it will go direct in the sign of Gemini. Some kind of steps regarding your life, regarding your desires, regarding something that you want to build up, is well seen, and it'll happen. You will take some actions regarding the things that you want to do, because you will also understand that these are the 3 months Saturn remaining in your 11th house, so it requires some structured action. Now comes when Jupiter will also become direct, some monetary decisions, family decisions, and Venus will also join Saturn in the 11th house in January. Then February it will go to your 12th house and join Rahu. So your partner can also help you, or because the 12th house is the daily life of your partner, the job area, certain changes regarding his or her, your partner, can also be seen if they are in any way in the working field or something. And if you are these 3 months, January, February, March, you will be geared up, and you know that changes will happen. They are inevitable and you have to go with the change. Now comes the thing is that when Saturn on 30th of March goes into your 12th house, and your Lagna Lord in 2nd of April comes into again debilitation. So here again you are facing some kind of a challenge, which is like maybe you have to slog more, maybe a change of place was inevitable, and suppose if you have to go for foreign lands also, regarding this, it's your 10th lord changing sign, 11th and 10th. Now work can take you to a different place. If it is a foreign land, you feel lonely a little mentally, you have to have these challenges coming up, you have to go with them. If you are in the country, wherever you are, maybe the kind of job is given to you is challenging in some form or the other. This will take up your month of April, May and June. See, why? Because especially April, May will again see Jupiter changing into your 3rd house. So you can see some 9th lord coming into the 3rd house, some kind of journey, some kind of startup, some kind of things. It is your 12th lord also. So changes are inevitable in the third house area, and third house is where you put your effort, what new things you start, what kind of things you are contemplating, what you are communicating, and all these things, and also your environment, where you are, where your living environment, these all are the third house. This can go for a change. So April, May will see quite a lot of changes. As you know that Rahu will also come into your 11th house in the month of May. All these things, all these hustle bustle, all these the planets going here and there, changing signs and all these things will have an unsettled atmosphere in April, May month. Here your decision making has been done, and now the implementation is going on and changes are happening, and you are trying to adjust with the changes that is happening surrounding you. Now, towards June 6th or something, Mars, your Lagna Lord, will come into Leo. Now, Ketu will be waiting already over there. Mars will come from lower degrees, Ketu will come from higher degrees, and both will have a conjunction in the month of July. Here, see, it is your 5th house and it is all getting heated up. So, 5th house is about your Purva Punyam, your name, fame, and all these things. See, Mars is good in Leo, no doubt about that. But understand that 5th house housing so much heat, sometimes it can deal with, your name, fame can get some hurt. Your prarabdha, you can feel your luck factor is somewhere giving or not giving exactly, and you can feel a little in that way some problem can creep up. So July month, a lot of caution needs to be taken. Your 5th house area, your progeny, you can create some kind of issues with you. So this is also important, because as Ketu is going towards the 5th house, something regarding your 5th house needs a sort of detachment, you can say. Not detachment in the sense that totally doing away with it. You have to let loose certain things. And if you are a investor, because 5th house is the house of this investing or trading and all these things, you have to be very careful about the risk, because next year 2025 market is not going to show very good results. That some stocks will show, but not all. And because the free run that we had in Saturn in Aquarius will not culminate again in the next year. It will be kind of range bound, or up and downs can be seen, lows can be seen. So any investing kind of ideas and all these things should be kept at bay. Now you should not do all those. Then you will see that when you are having all these things going on, Mars will slowly move into your 6th house, your Lagna Lord into the 6th house. That I'll let you know the dates. There are so many dates on 29th July. So June, July, you will struggle with yourself, and the 5th house matters. You can suddenly lose your temper, because Mars, Ketu, or you can get hurt also, and some problems with your stomach area regarding these things can happen. So take care of your health. Health is very important for the Aries people this year throughout, because Saturn is in the 12th house. Mars is not in a very good condition. 29th July, it will change sign to Virgo, your 6th house, but it will find itself opposing Saturn. So Shani Mangal it will be again. But here you will have all the force. If you have to rectify your health, you will go for that. You will have the things, because Mars does well in the 6th house. It will fight with it. The fighting spirit of Mars is very, very evident in the 6th house. So that is good actually. Mars is good over here. Yes, opposition from Saturn, it has always been there, right? Mars has always had a conjunction opposition with Saturn. Shani Mangal is not bad. It gives you the boost to go ahead. I have seen this personally, though it is a dreaded conjunction because it is the clash of the titans, but it's not exactly not a bad thing, because Mars rushes, and Aries is that kind of a sign. Saturn says to go slow. it gives you a structured approach. I'll put it in that way. uh, this is the month of like July 29th, August, then August, September, then it will go into Libra in between, and then finally it will go into Scorpio by 30th of October. And in Scorpio, it is your 8th house. Now, one thing over here is that when Mars will be in Libra, Libra is a partnership sign. Mars does not do much good in your seventh house affairs. So, seventh house Mars, we don't need it. Neither we need eighth house Mars so much. But one thing is that Venus will get conjunct with Ketu somewhere near that time. So, the relationship with your progeny, your market, your risk, your investments, and your health, and with your partner or business partner, life partner, whoever your, even it can be your just your girlfriend or boyfriend, it needs some kind of a precaution this year, some kind of a slow going this year, because Ketu is housed by Leo, the fifth house. Your creativity can come, but I will talk about this. Ketu in Leo is about freeing yourself from certain qualities, like boosting. Leo is one of the qualities of Leo is about boosting about things, so it will free you from those qualities. So keep a very cautious approach towards your fifth house and the seventh house, that is a relationship area, because in this year your second lord and seventh lord Venus is going to get retrograde in the 12th house in the first few months, February, March. So, the second and the seventh lord going retrograde in exaltation, still retrograde, with Rahu being there. Some ups and downs regarding finances or with a partnership can happen, and you have to be in the state of acceptance, because Pisces is surrender and acceptance of the things. Regarding your second house matters, it can be family, money, your hoarded wealth or whatever, and also your seventh house matters, partnership, business, and all this. You have to understand the process and take decisions. And towards the mid of the year, this Venus, again your second and seventh lord, gets conjunct with Ketu in Leo. So it is like a burning Venus, understand that. And Mars will be in Libra. Why I am emphasizing on this is that at that time relationships can be quite precarious. Now towards the end of the year, you will see that Mars will be in your 8th house, Jupiter will be in the, it will enter Cancer in the month of November, and it will be in a 4th house, and Saturn will be in your 12th house. Now this Jupiter will be aspecting Scorpio and also Saturn. So here the watery element becomes very prominent. So your house affairs can need some, suddenly Jupiter's ingress into its exaltation, you can suddenly take a look at 4th house matters. And 4th house is about mother, property, buying car, buying house, all these things. You want to take a loan, something like that. Mars going into the 8th house, you want to invest also, that can also happen. All these things, whatever you want to do, it's not that you should not do, because however bad or good or tumultuous the year is, decisions will be taken, needs to be taken. We have to progress, we have to go ahead. Life is for going ahead. Yes, sometimes it is stagnant, but we have to look back, contemplate, take the decision, go ahead. But remember that all throughout the year, and then in 2026, 2027 also, now Saturn is inching towards your Lagna. So all the decisions that you would be taken, any startups or anything, your profession, especially your health, your well-being, your partnership, one must not hurry, because Aries people are having a lot of energy. They're very energetic, and it is inevitable that and they're very sure about what they are going to take, the actions. So because they are confident people, usually if the Mars situation is good, but confidence is very good. But here being the watery trikona again getting activated as it is happening now, Same situation again next year will happen. Here at this point of time, you have Scorpio Mercury today. Mars is in your 4th house, and your 12th house is having Rahu. The scenario will change. Jupiter, Saturn and Mangal will be in Scorpio. So here you have to be in a protective mode. And Mars in Scorpio is not like Mars in Aries. It is a strategic Mars. Scorpio is the deep dark secret of making strategies, and a soldier can only make strategies who knows how to go for the war. So that is how you end the year 2025. And that's the reason the whole year a cautious optimistic approach should be taken, because you know what, Rahu in the 11th house will give you some optimism definitely. That is how Rahu works in the 11th house, its own house in Aquarius now. So cautiously optimistic year. I cannot say whether it is going to be a good and bad. A lot of changes will be there. I'll not scale it into good and bad, but I'll say that any change is inevitable if we want to go to the next level, because you cannot, as human beings, a small stagnancy, in the stagnancy of Monday to Friday working the same thing, we need a Saturday, Sunday, right? So life also cannot be stagnant in the same way. This year makes a lot of changes in your life, and you go with the changes, you make the right decisions, and things will fall into place. Last part of the year can be a little settling on in the sense in the mid-year there is a lot of changes. So that is about the whole 2025 in how you should approach the year. The dates will be, I'll be giving it on the screen so that you can remember the dates, though you no need of remembering also. January, you'll get a horoscope of January, February every month, because till May, June, lot of things will change, and so every month will require some guidance or whatever. So hope you get some insights from my video. See you soon, Aries ascendants. Thank you.